Stephen, Sunbright, and today's topic is about dream. And we have Bright who is going to be leading us on this topic because Sunbright. And today's topic is about dream. And we have Bright who is going to. So without wasting time, I would ask Luinda to introduce herself. And from Kuwinda Bright, you have the opportunity to introduce yourself as well. But before then, my name is Ruth Ajaho Samuelson, a life coach, a mentor, and a belief clearing practitioner. I help people to evolve, to believe, and to overcome. So I will hand over the mic to Kulwinda now to introduce herself.
Good morning in our morning, Monday morning, 22nd November 2021 in our group tea talk. This is every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And we are like a really blessing. We are taking this like a tea is globally today. Stevenson Bright, our brother from Ghana, is like joining us and we're going to talk about our dream. In myself, I'm living in Canada. I'm a happy, healthier coach for teaching to live a balanced life as with your work life, with family life, and you're still dreaming. And you have to be believe yourself and never give up. We are always you meet us like every Monday, but like today we are giving this floor now to Stephen Sunbright. Welcome, Stephen, from Ghana in our Global Tea Talk. Thank you. Mike is yours.
Yeah. As you said, my name is Stephen Sunbright. I'm a prophet by calling and also entrepreneur. I run school in Ghana. So as you said earlier, I want us to share and dream and a dream interpretation. What is dream? So I would like us to talk about a dream. You see, everybody in life has a dream. Everybody that can sleep, it's possibility that that person can have a dream. And dreams are the other side of a human life. It really talks about human beings spiritual. Dreams are spiritual communication, which God normally communicates with us. So it's like when a human being or somebody sleeps, the spirit of that person, the human being is made up of three things, which is the soul, the body, and the spirit. So the spirits, when a human being is asleep, that's the flesh is relaxing, or the flesh is asleep. The spirit is at work. The spirit doesn't sleep. So the spirit is the one that is connected to the spirit world. So anything that goes on or anything that will happen in the life of that person has a connection to the spirit world. So though the person is asleep, the communication continue. So the person is able to have a contact with the spirit or with God. And God is able to communicate with the person's spirit. So that is what we call a dream. So it's a communication in a spiritual. So that is a dream. So a dream is a communication that we have in a spirit. It's either with God or other spirit beings, and that operate in the spiritual realms. So when we talk about a dream, it's a communication between a man and his object of worship. So that is a dream.
So, okay. So dream has to do with the spiritual part of humans.
Please, yes.
Oh, okay. But usually people say that I have experienced that. Like I will have a dream, and when I tell someone about it, when I go and ask people, some people will tell you, oh, you overfeed yourself or you overeat something the previous night. So next time eat less, and that is it. so it's kind of like, oh, it's not really important. So with that being said, the way you explain it, it's obvious that when we have a dream, we should treat it with like value. We should value them. And I would like to ask, is it every dream that we should really value, or should we just brush some of the dreams off?
Please, before we get to the question, let me share something with
Okay.
you. Dream is another life, the life that we live physically on earth. Dream is another life in the spirit. So when we sleep, it is a continuation of our life. It's like when we are not sleeping, we have a communication with people. We email, we talk, we chat, we discuss things with people. So dream is the same thing. So as we sleep, the body, the physical body is relaxing. The spiritual continue with the conversation or with the communication. That's what I mean.
Yes, like how you define the dream, like a spirit, body, and soul. It's my word. Like people in this like modern world, people forget about a spirit, and even like the body and inner soul is always running around and connecting and working. But we going out from that like a vision and a feeling. We are creating outsider dreams more than like a inner side, and we are not finding that spirit more. We are drawing our dreams on the vision boards,
Yeah.
like the dream god like create our inside like inner cells and powers. We forget about, like people are forgetting these things now. What you think about like that?
Yeah. It's two things that came together to form a human being. Once two things came together, the third thing is introduced, which is the soul. So it's the spirit and the body. So the spirit and the body that came together to form a human, that is a component that form a human being. Then the third thing is introduced, which is the soul. But in the spiritual realms, the soul is weak. The one that is strong, when somebody is, let's say the person is alive or the person is not sleeping, the one that is stronger is the flesh. But when you are sleeping, the spirit is stronger. Please, is that clear with you?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So from what we are saying, it's like we are made up of three things, three major things, that is soul, the body, and the spirit. But it seems we dwell much, or we regard the flesh much greater than the spirit, and the spirit is even greater. The spirit is higher than the flesh, because anything that happens to everyone, it has to happen in the spirit before it manifests into the physical. So there is a communication and a connection from the spirit into the physical world.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like did you, Stephen, it's like experiencing communications and soul, people are putting into different clauses now these days. They are not communicating their soul, they are communicating more to other people to finding a yes for that word.
Yeah. Please, I'm
So,
not that clear. I'm
uh,
not all that clear with your question.
okay, Kulwinda, can you ask again? He didn't get.
See, like today's world, in modern world, people are not communicating properly to their soul, but they are communicating more with the peoples and finding their solutions for dreams. You think it's work like this way, or work if like you talk your inner soul?
No. Yeah, I get the question now. The dreams are spiritual things. So dreams can only be interpreted, it can only be interpreted with the spirit. As you said, a human illusion cannot interpret dream, and a human intellectual can also not interpret dream. Dreams are something that are from spirit. So it's only spirit that can interpret dream. So somebody that interprets dream must have a connection to the spirit.
Okay. That is very interesting. So, Yeah, and so talking about dreams and their interpretation and dreams being part of our life, because that is the spiritual part of our life. How best can we treat this part of our life? And how best can we treat this part of our life? And also, how best, how does dreams really help us with our dreams in life, with our goals or purpose in life?
Okay. Okay. Um, as I said, let's say you have a plan or you have a vision which you've written on a paper and you are working according to that vision or you are working towards that vision. So that vision becomes an expectation. So we need to check whether the vision that we have on a paper has a reflection in the spirit or it has a connection in the spirit. So that's the first thing that we need to check. If it had no connection in the spirit, it will be difficult for that vision to materialize.
Okay. Very interesting. So, yeah. And me myself personally, I I used to dream, and since this is a global tea talk, it's a roundtable talk, and we discuss everything about life, and just for people to understand what um, is going on with other people. We can learn from each other and connect things. And I also believe that this time around there is a shift and things are changing gradually. And so I believe that there is a purpose in this particular topic. And I will connect myself to this topic, and that is to say that I I remember dreams that I had and many years ago, and I saw that happening in my life live. And I will, because I am the type that I learn to reflect, sit down to meditate, and also reflect on my life. And I always write my dreams. And so I went back one day and I was going through my dream book and I saw something that happened or a life that I'm living today. I saw it in a dream, exactly the way I had a dream. And so from that day, I thought about dream not being just eating food too much and going to sleep and having some sort of delusion about life or in your sleep. So I want to ask, should we treat dreams very significantly? When we dream, should we sit down to find meaning to it? And if we have to do that, you mentioned something like you cannot dream, you cannot interpret dream with your physical body, but you have to be in that part of your body, which is the spiritual part,
Yeah.
able to interpret that.
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
Uh, you see, the spiritual things are, there are spiritual things have rules. Dream particular or dreams particular, if you want to interpret dreams, you need to understand numbers. You also need to understand colors. Colors, numbers, and symbols. Those are the most important things in terms of dream interpretation. So those are the most important things. Though you might not be in the spirit, but you can learn some of them. You can learn some of them. That might not make you perfect, but at least you can interpret certain aspects of your dreams. You made mention of something. You said there is something that you dreamt of very long years ago, but now you find yourself doing those things.
Yes.
It's true. I said dreams are original. They are like a blueprint. They are like a blueprint. You can't do without them. And there is no way you can deviate from dreams. And you see, you might have a plan, but you see yourself that you are rather deviating from the plan. But dreams are something that you cannot deviate from. So to have interpretation to a dream is like you are having an idea about your own life. So you know it already, the thing happened. So it's not like it's happened or you are in the dark. So dreams are like light that shine upon somebody's life. Though you are in the dark, but the light shine in the dark. So that light is in the is the interpretation of that dream that you have. So you know what exactly you are to do in life to get to where you want to get to.
Wow.
When we are talking about spiritual part, did you think like our spirit is already written before, or we are writing every day with the dreaming?
My internet is having problem.
But we can hear you. Did you hear what Kulwinda asked?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm having a problem over here.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
We can hear you.
Maybe he cannot hear us.
Yeah, but like until he's connecting back, what do you think about like your spirit is like a dreaming, like a day by day's life, or we can believe God already write us to spirits or dreams and what we're gonna achieve in life?
So I think it is already there from the beginning that we were created. It became part of us. It is part of us from the beginning. So I think the only thing which means to answer this best, but the only thing I would say is that it's just like you have three apples and you decide to focus on two and you neglect the other one. I would that's to me, that is my opinion about my thought about our spiritual part and the other part, the other two parts that he's speaking about. The reason why I am saying that is that there are people who don't believe in this spiritual part of us, and there are people who say that I don't believe in the higher self or God and all that. And so there is nothing about spiritual stuff that is relevant to them. They ignore that, they take that away. And some people get awakening along the way. They one day something happened and they are like, wow, this is beyond me. I know scientists, some people say I believe in science, not in God. But I know scientists that says that I am a strong believer of God, and also I am a scientist.
Right.
So but the first time I heard that from a scientist, and he said that I am a strong believer of God, and he said I am also a scientist. And before he could explain better later, I was I was like caught up in this great confusion, and I remember those who told me that they were not a believer of God and that they believe in science. So I was like, do I have to bring these people to this man to explain something to them? But I also believe that people need to find their way themselves in life. And I think if life happened to you that way, usually to some, it's a great opportunity for them to really understand their path or the journey they are going through in life. So I would say that yes, the spirit is been part of us from the beginning.
Right.
Yes.
Right. The other thing we are creating in our journey.
Yes.
The spirit is like in the starting. Yeah. I think like our guests have a like little internet issue. The people are watching on us live on YouTube, and the people gonna watch us after. We are talking about today is like today's topic is a dream. We wanna see why the spirit we are having a dream when we are sleeping, and one dream we are having outside. We are always creating our dream life. Which one is like a more effective on your journey? That's like every individual see through their paths how we practice dreams. Lots of people even like a dream when they're asleep and they forget in the next morning, but some dreams we always remember. Why? Because your spirit is communicating with you. That's like the way Stevenson Bright explaining, because he's a priest and he's like working on a spirit level. And when he's talk about like, and he defines soul, body, and spirit. When we are talking about a soul is your inner voice. How many people find out? Like only little quantity people know what is a soul and how their soul is defining themselves. Everybody we are seeing more with the body. Body is not only for a strength or looking good. Body have so many objects inside too. We need to find out how our spirit and giving us a signal, how spiritual you get like through your journey. Mostly people they are saying I'm very spiritual, but like when they're talking to the other person or other human, you will see how their spirit affecting you. That's the moment you can find a spiritual journey, how that much human have a spiritual power. That's now I hope like his internet come back and he will join us back. Stephen, if you're still listening to us, just like unmute and open your video and we can hear you. We mute you, but you can unmute again.
Yeah, and I think that to add to that is the internet challenge in Ghana. It's on and off, so I think it's just time for him experiencing that. But let's send positive energy around
Yes.
to hope that he comes back before our time is up. So I was making some few research on a dream, and one of the things that I was looking for was I asked, why do we even dream? And then, so when I did that, I saw that they said as uh, dreams are like memories, and so they said one widely held theory about the purpose of dreams is that they help you store important memories and things you've learned, get rid of unimportant memories, and sort through complicated thoughts and feelings. So research shows that sleep helps you store memories. And so that was what I found on my research on the net. But really, it doesn't make sense to me. In a way, it makes sense, but I like the interpretation that Stevenson is giving us on the dream, because like example I gave earlier, that isn't the only dream. I see so many things in my dreams before it happens. So part of my life, I have two children. I dreamt many years ago, before I even think about having baby, I dreamt about these children before I even got married and had kids. I also dreamt about Iceland before I even came to Iceland. So Honestly, Iceland wasn't part of, it wasn't really where I planned to be. So when I had a dream and I landed here, all these thoughts, all this experience helped me to think that dreams are very, very important. So whenever I dream and I don't remember, it kind of it doesn't feel good for me. I always want to remember my dream so I can write it down. So I feel that if I ask someone, do you dream? And the person said, no, yes, because I never remember any dream. I know sometimes I dream, but I don't know what it is, not even anything about it. And this is something that I would like to research on more.
Right. Yeah, like even through my journey, and like it's my dream is one side, like another thing, like as a mother, maybe you notice when your child is sleeping. In a sleep, sometimes you laugh, sometimes you make like cry faces, sometimes you make a face like somebody hurting you.
Yes.
That's like when we are talking about spirit, like a connection and communication. That's like you will see your body language change too. And when you are talking about writing, there's like a two now different kind defining dreams we have. Like some when we are sleeping, some when we woke up and we want to be like achieve. That's also a dream. But the God's vision dream is different way. But like how we accomplish this is like also in a differentiate with like a sleeping dream and living life dream. It is like everything is a dreaming. Like we never think sometime few things we're gonna meet somebody. That's a spiritual journey. The way I think when you met somebody and get connected, and you always be humble to meet. That's also is a spirit-based dream. Like you are looking something in your way and you find it.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of people, they don't see these little moments. They're always like creating a millionaire dreams, but
Mm-hmm.
not taking a one step for their spirit, body, and like soul. They don't find that. And I don't know. Sometimes, lots of time, I'm thinking in a modern world, people are saying, make a vision board, do a dream, do a calendar, but like they are not follow even like one step. They are not try. And it's
Yeah.
like going through a spirit. Then sometimes I'm saying like you don't need like God design already. You're gonna be live like a king. You're gonna be live like a queen. Doesn't matter what you have.
Yes.
Right. And this is like all like we are taking Stephen's word, like this is like a three things God gave us, but we ignite all different way and we joy different way. I think like his internet giving him still challenge.
Yes. So we will be wrapping up soon
Yeah.
on today's topic. And hopefully, we continue next time with him on this. So those who are watching live, I'm sorry, but I have to end it now.
Yes.
And we will continue this topic, and probably we will retreat from the beginning and continue with it. So thank you everyone for watching. Please help us to subscribe and comment and share, because we are on a mission to connect everyone to our global TikTok. And if you wish to collaborate with us, you are welcome to contact me or my dear Kulwinda here, and we will have you registered. So thank you everyone for watching, and I say it's bye now from us.